Hello, living through your vision. Good morning. Good morning. Grand rising. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hello, everyone. Thank you for visiting my channel. Wow. Happy Sunday. Ah, it is a beautiful day in Zamunda. I am back out here to the beach to take in some of those negative ions for a positive experience. And I decided to come out here to do another video because I'm at my most calm when I'm out here, at the beach. Everybody knows that I love the beach, and this channel is going to get to know that as well. I did a lot of my lives on Facebook and stuff like that out in the beach and stuff like that. So you can also check out my Facebook page, which is Patrice Ansby, and I also have a group on Facebook also entitled Living Through Your Vision. If you want to go ahead and check that out. We do a lot of, different things. I post a lot of different things. A lot of beautiful different things are also post for people that are at variations of different vibrations and stuff like that. So there's something there that will fit you and actually motivate you to become elevated, energetically and vibrationally. So check that out too. But once again, I do want to welcome you to my channel. And this is going to be, this video is probably going to be one of my most random videos because it's probably going to touch on a multitude of things. And, that inspire me. And I just want to give a softer side of how to look at this human experience, because I think, the energy that has cultivated most of our beliefs is so dense in nature. And we hold on to these beliefs because at some level we believe that they work for us. But the reason why they work for us because you have the power to make it work, right? So some of the things that I'm going to say here today is just to give you a different perspective of how to look at it. It's not here to change your mind unless you're ready to be changed in terms of learning something new to evolve you and to elevate you. Once again, these are my opinions. These are my experiences that has helped me, throughout my journey and and my experiences. And I'm just sharing it with you. I always talk about the dimensions. You got 3D, you got 4D, you got 5D, you got all of these dimensions, to which I encourage you guys to take the initiative to seek out the circumference of how you understand things, and start seeking out and looking up this information, and not just really taking it for what I say to be true, but to create your own experiences and your own understanding and the energies that you're within. Because when you seek outside and you start searching for things and you start to become a truth seeker, it really resonates different with you. It really gives it more value and more purpose of a sense of understanding, and for you to understand it in the way that you understand it energetically and vibrationally to support your evolution. So yes, the information is out there, and a lot of people are speaking it from their energy, from their perspective, from their experiences. But take that next step to really look up things on your own too, so that you can create your own exclusivity of sense of understanding and experience that's going to cultivate and raise the vibration of your existence here on earth. And I encourage that. But once again, these are my experiences, and I just want to try to put out a softer side of how to look at life and the things that are going on around us. We got a multitude of things that are going on. In my previous videos, one of my previous videos, I said, I don't believe in, not to say I don't believe in politics, but I don't engage in politics anymore because it doesn't serve me purpose. And there's so many other things that I no longer engage in because it does not serve me purpose. But throughout my process and throughout this journey of mine, I have learned to live in a sense of a much softer sense of understanding, a much softer sense of experience, because I realized that the things that has been cultivated in this dimension of a sense of understanding, this three-dimensional sense of understanding, is a negative based thinking. And I do have, I'm not sure, no, I didn't make a video about negative based thinking and positive based thinking, to which I think I'm going to do that as well, to differentiate how we think from a negative base of thinking and a positive base of thinking. And a lot of things that has been cultivated in our society is from a negative base sense of understanding, and that's why the density of that understanding is so heavy at times. But we tend to become adjusted or become, complacent in that sense of understanding, because at some level our powers have made it work for us, and we see, and that kind of gives it credibility and validation that it's an okay belief system to have. But when you start breaking things down and peeling the layers back from certain belief systems and how they're cultivated and how they're implemented into society, you realize that it comes from a negative base of thinking instead of a positive base of thinking. And so even with that, I've learned how to kind of let go of those things, that it doesn't serve me purpose, or the energetic value that is associated with it. It's not beneficial to my evolution of my soul and keeping my frequencies and my resonances in a light stand, so that I can have a much better experience in this physical incarnation. And I know I've just said a mouthful, but the more and more you get to understand, because I'm going to constantly repeat this type of things, so that way you could get an understanding of where this is going and how this is going. But yes, everything, once again, everything is vibration, energy, frequency, from a megahertz, everything is energy, everything is vibration, everything is frequency, everything is resonance, everything is all of that. So when you start moving from that base of understanding, which is the foundating base and sense of understanding, then the rest of the other stuff will start falling into place, and then your life experience here in this incarnation can potentially be a better experience, but yes, so that I want people to understand it from that perspective, and what is put out there in society, and the place and the energy that it comes from, which is a negative sense of thinking. And then you ask yourself, okay, how does this serve purpose? Is this serving me? And what you have to understand in this 3D dimension is that, yes, everything that has been accumulated, that has been created in this dimension, is true for this dimension. So if a person, you can instantly, once you start to evolve, you can instantly tell when a person is in a 3D sense of thinking, or they have an evolution in terms that is energetically, vibrationally higher than a 3D sense of thinking and a 3D sense of understanding. You can tell immediately when you're in a conversation with someone, and you don't get into no argument or you try to refute what they're saying, because it is true for their sense of understanding and for their sense of rationale. It is the truth. And contrary, to saying that you gotta, you could change people. People have to want to change regardless. You still got to give permission to the entities around you, the energies around you, because your free will governs all of that. So your free will still have to be in agreement in order for that change to take place. So, you got to understand the free will component to all of that. So a lot of times people don't have to change their minds. It's not, and I'm not here to change anybody's mind. I want their own free will to cultivate that sense of understanding, where their free will is going to allow them to, explore more, so that they can have a better sense of understanding energetically, vibrationally. So I've come to understand that these societal things, that what serves me purpose and what doesn't serve me purpose. And you have a whole lot of isms. You have racism, colorisms, all of these things that are happening in this 3D experience. And it is an issue, it is an issue for this experience. But then when you evolve, you realize that it's an issue for this experience. It's an issue for this experience, but when you evolve, it's an issue for that experience, right? So you understand it from a different, state of mind. And this is where I want people to get a softer side of, why do we exert so much energy into things that really we don't really have to. But I'm going to do my best to try to explain this stance and this rationale. All right, so I'm going to try to give you a visual. All right, so let's say you're hovering Earth. Let's say you're hovering Earth. You're out there. You don't have to worry about not being able to breathe, because you could breathe, as we know breathing to be here in this incarnation. You're out there energetically, and you're hovering the Earth, right? And so the Earth is emitting this energy, and you're out there, in the universe, and you can feel the energies that the Earth is emitting, but you can't really see every intricate part of the Earth. You can't see the tree, you can't see the people, you can't see the houses. You wouldn't even know if mansions were on there, because you can't see it, and but you could feel the resonance of the energies of the Earth, and the way the Earth collectively is emitting this energy, and a part of the collective energy, right, is your energy, my energy, the frequencies that the trees produces, the frequencies that the animals produces, and everything has a frequency, everything has a resonance, so therefore everything is emitting energy. So you're out there and you're hovered, and you are just feeling the energy. You're not seeing anything, but you can feel the energy of Earth, the collective energy of Earth. All right, so think about it from that perspective. So now you're feeling the energy, and let's say you go to the left of Earth, and then you feel that the left of Earth is emitting this beautiful resonance, this beautiful energy, and it makes you feel like amazing. And then you hover over and you go to the right of Earth, right, and then you start feeling like, ooh, this is dense, this is heavy. So whatever you are energetically and vibrationally, it's going to hone towards that energy, right? So if you are less dense in nature and you are light in terms of your energy, then you're going to hone to the side that mostly matches your energy, the resonance of energetically of who you are. So that's how God sees things. So when you have racism and you have and this is all my opinion, and this is all my understanding of it. So when you have racism, sexism, homosexualities, all of those things away from Earth, right? You don't see or know, you don't know the details or the particulars of those things. Excuse me, because the further you get away from Earth, it's more so the energy that you feel. And then the closer you hone into this dimension, that is where the racism and the homosexualities and the heterosexualities and all of those things, now you're honing in closer into this dimension. So now you see why the more you hone in this dimension, it is relative to this dimension, all of those things. And the further you come out of this dimension, it becomes a non-factor, because now you're just energy based, right? I'm just trying to paint a picture here to make it simplified, right? So that we could just take away all of this hate. Because I think if we explain it in this way, and I'm trying to get as layman as I possibly can, but if we can explain it this way and I give you a visual, a simplified visual, because I'm not into complexities, maybe it'll get you to thinking of like, is this hate really necessary, right? So now you're out there, you're hovering, you're and you're hovering Earth, and you feel the energy. And the more you hone into this dimension, the more you get in close to the isms and the alities and the realities and the sexisms and the homosexualities and the heterosexualities and the LGBT pluses and the racisms and the colorisms and all this other kind of stuff, and politics and all these other ticks and everything, right? Now you're getting into the dimension, and now you're starting to see the densities, the way that these things are created, because now you're honing in. So when you go in, you're going into the vibration, you're going into the 3D. When you come out, when you go out, you're in space. So however, just to give you a visual, you're only feeling the energy. So this is what God sees. So while we're here and we're having all of these issues in a 3D sense of understanding and a negative based sense of understanding that we seem to think that is literal and it's functional, outside energies, source energies are not seeing two women, two men, right? They're not seeing colorisms, they're not seeing racism, they're not seeing those things. Those are dimensional issues, right? The energies out here is feeling the energy. So if two women got together, right, and they're emitting love, they're the love energy, right? That's high vibration, right? So in this dimension, we see two women because, you know, this incarnation, this body, everything that's biological is a part of this dimension, right? So that's what we see because we're actually in it. But when you hover out of it, right, and you're in space, just to give you a visual, all you're feeling is love that these two entities and these two energies is producing. You're feeling the energy of love, right? If it was a heterosexual relationship, the energies out here is not going to see man or woman. It's going to feel the energy that is being resonated, right? It doesn't care about man, woman. That is for this dimension. That is for this dominion, right? That's for our understanding, right? But outside of that, right, if you hover in the earth, I'm just giving you a visual, all you're going to do is feel the energy. You're not going to see a man and a woman together heterosexually. You're not going to see color. You're not going to see sexisms. You're not going to see all of those things. But yes, you will definitely feel the energy. And there are places on this earth, right, that are high vibration and that are low vibration. And this is where the energetic, so when there is an imbalance in terms of earth, what earth wants to do, then this is where earth, because earth is consciousness, and this is where earth is going to make a decision, and we have no choice but to either get that download or get out, you know what I'm saying? So because if your body, if you don't come up, you know, and be in that retrograde of what earth is trying to, what earth will do, rather, it's not trying, it will do, then you just, you know, it is what it is. But that's what I want people to understand. So if you just take yourself out of the moment, out of the 3D dimensional sense of understanding, out of the experience of, you know, dualities and the negative based thinking, and you start looking at how, you know, the earth responds in terms of energies, and how if you were outside of this realm, would you be able to see all of those things? But yes, you wouldn't be able to see it, but you would definitely be able to feel it. Because if you can feel the change in atmosphere when you walk in a room without a person even saying anything, then guess what? That's a reality. That is a reality. That's an absolute reality, because we are energetic in nature. The true essence of who we are is energy. And I will constantly say we are human beings having, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. And that's just, whether you believe it or not, that's neither here nor there. But it will prove itself to be what it is when it's supposed to, right? So I just want to come in a sense of giving a simplified version of, you know, is this negative based thinking really necessary? And if you really take yourself out and just think from an energetic perspective, and not being able to see the 3D situations and all these things that is comprised of this dimension, and you could feel it, then you would think differently. You would move differently. You would have a different set of eyes. You would love people for who they are, and want them to be at their most happiest, because energetically and vibrationally it supports, you know, the condition of this earth, the environment, and it's the energy that God receives, right? It's the energy that God receives, because the God's energy and source energy, whatever you want to call it, it's the most purest of energies. It's the most lightest of energies. And when you have that sense of love and that sense of unconditional love, which the most purest of love is God's unconditional love, then we're in the right direction, in my opinion, right? And then you'll start thinking and looking like, is it really necessary for me to be, you know, this mean? Or is it really necessary for me, you know, to hate people because of the color of their skin? Is it really necessary for me to emit this energy because of this? Because when you think those ways, and you think from a negative based sense of understanding that emits negative energies, right, that does not emit love, then you become earthbound. Then you become bound to this 3D experience, and until you move past that, you're going to be stuck in this experience, right? And it's very dense, and it's very negative in nature. We don't look at it from a negative sense of understanding because we have been conditioned to believe that it's the correct form. But if you start looking at things from all energies, all resonance, all frequencies, if you start looking at it from that perspective, it changes the game. It's supposed to change the game. If it doesn't change the game, then you're just not ready to be changed, and your free will has to be a part of that change in order for that to take place. So I just want to put that out there. I know that I'm coming from a much different angle in terms of a lot of stuff that is out there. But you gotta have many different variations to get you to the destination. So hopefully this method will get a more clearer sense of peace within yourself. Move from a peaceful place, move from a positive place. Think about the energies that you are emitting when you have these certain belief systems that was cultivated from a negative based sense of understanding. Do you really want to be in that negative energy space? Because we don't look at it from that perspective. We look at it from a 3D perspective, right? Raise your vibration, because earth is moving, earth is shifting, earth is changing, retrogrades are happening, all of these things are taking place, and you don't want to get left behind. So with that being said, peace and love, everybody. I am here to be a source of light, and it's a beautiful thing when you have a sense of clarity within yourself. But it's even much more beautiful when you can share that sense of understanding with somebody, and this understanding resonates with them. So I just hope that this particular video resonates with somebody. And for those who it does resonate to, click the like button. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, because I have content every day. I mean, I'm Free Willy. I am improv. I don't have no script. Whatever come to me today to talk about, that's what I'm going to talk about. It's just, it's free game. So that's just me. So, you could be light, you could be your natural self, you can, just be you, because I think the truth of you is a beautiful thing. And when you start doing truth seeking to cultivate something that you feel that is not within true resonance of who you are spiritually, then that is a beautiful thing. That is so beautiful. You guys just don't know how beautiful that is. So peace and love. Love you guys. Like and subscribe. And I will commit in talking with you guys later. And drop a comment. Each one teaches one. We are here to be of service to each other. All right. So peace and love. Talk to you guys later. Bye.